Hello, everybody. I want to make this video really quickly and tell myself that I messed up again. I went live and realized that the audio was really low or broken. And I've done this before, but it's like, man, how many times do I have to do this until I learn that I shouldn't really. I had a lot of things that I thought was pretty good. A lot of things that I said. I was watching uh, Rick and Morty, 907. And I talked about it. I was talking about it. I was talking about a lot of different things. I talked about revolution in Hawaii. I think that I said a few things that were interesting. Thought it was good, but unfortunately, I messed up. And what's the point of what's the point? What's the point of bringing it up? I don't know, man. Oh man, is there any point? Is there any point? There might be. There might be a point. There might be a point. Feel like I would I don't know, I don't even know if I wanna go back in time and try to fix it or not, but I mean, it's not the first time, so it's like, hmm, do I make a video and talk about how I messed up how I messed up again, like I messed up I don't know how many times I mess up, I mess up all the time, but it's like, uh, do I just do another live? Do I just make another video and talk about what I talked about? And the answer is I don't know. Kind of I'm right in the middle right now. I'm being a little bit I feel a little bit bipolar right now. Part of me wants to stop right now. Part of me wants to rant for 10 hours, talk about us a bunch of different things. Some of it new, some of it old, and go back and forth ranting and mentioning new stuff, old stuff, go back and forth. Like I mentioned stuff about Corey, Revolution in Hawaii. I mentioned I was talking about Cindy, Cindy Comfort. I talked about it before many times all my life. Sometimes, especially since Saturday, talked about it. But before that too, talked about it in videos and stuff. And I'm saying this for myself so that I know because this is mostly for me because I don't have a big audience. I probably don't really have a big audience, and so I don't really have to worry about that at the moment. I don't think if if I ever had a big audience, maybe I should probably do things differently. Probably, probably. Like sometimes people are like, "Hey, you gotta stop doing this. You gotta stop doing that because," and I'm like, "Nah, I don't think it matters because I I don't think I don't correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think anybody's watching. I don't." And then they'll be like, "Well, that's why they're not watching because you don't do this and you don't do that and you do this and you do that and this and this and this. And that's why nobody's watching. That's why people don't, and that's why people don't, you know." And I'm like, you might be right. I'm not gonna. I don't always say that. I don't always tell people that they might be right. I think, man. But I don't know. Ultimately, it doesn't really matter. I mean, ultimately, it does matter. I mean, maybe it does. Maybe it does. I have a lot of thoughts, but I do gotta go. Don't have time right now to do it. Especially after just going live for a few hours and realizing the audio is terrible. That does bring me down a little bit. I'm still a little bit pumped up in a way. I'm in a weird spot in my life. I was on Ancestry, spending time on that, and then I was watching Rick and Morty. And I was thinking to myself, I gotta just live stream more so that I stop caring, which ironically mirrored the episode. that I was watching because I was live streaming on TikTok and YouTube at the same time, watching Rick and Morty 907, season 9, episode 7. And Morty won. Morty, I mean, almost won. Morty escaped. He became a tree by letting go. That's the only way you become a tree. You can only become a tree if you truly let go. And it's like a little bit of a little bit of Buddhism and communism and stuff, but at the same time, I mean, it's like that's terrible, but also kind of cool. I mean, it's not gonna work. I mean, large scale, it's not gonna work. But at the same time, there was something to it. And the episode was meta. I have a lot of thoughts, like I'm saying, but I'm still tripping over my words. So it's almost like I'm still not learning my lesson about caring about what people think. I mean, you gotta care, but at the same time, you gotta not care, if that makes sense. And it's like, man, man, oh man, I feel like, what am I learning? What am I learning now? What am I, what am I doing? I was talking about, so what was I talking about before I realized that the audio was not working? What was I learning? Oh man, I was learning that sometimes you gotta take a step back, and it's good to give it a name, which is what I did on Saturday. Cindy Crawford log, Cindy, Cindy, Cindy Crawford, Tara Banks, and that helped. I might be wrong about that. I've talked about that before for years. I've wrote about it. I've talked about it. Not very well, but I tried. I tried to talk about it, but I think I'm doing a lot better with a lot of things, and I'm a little bit happy about that. And I do see myself as a turtle, and so today is Friday. Friday. It's Friday right now. Right now it's Friday. Friday. It's uh 6 a.m. in the morning right now where I am, in the same place as usual. 6 a.m. on the 17th of July, 2026. And I'm talking about a few things like Rick and Morty and letting go, and the Cindy Crawford log, and a number of things. I'm mostly just referencing things, commenting, not really commenting. I said a few things, but I'm also hinting at a few things as usual, and I'm ranting, and I'm mostly making this for myself because some people might not, might not understand what I'm talking about, because I probably don't explain myself. I mean, I try to sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I try, and then sometimes I don't. And even when I do try, sometimes it doesn't work, or the audio's off, or something else. It's mostly a number of things that end up happening. But in life, what are you gonna do about it? Get back up and try again, and don't worry about it. Sometimes you can improve. You don't want to be a slob, but at the same time, you do want to take a step back, and you want to have confidence but not in a bad way. So you want to find that balance, maybe not in a yoga way, because that can be problematic. Probably better than nothing, you might say. The uh, for the greater good mentality is dangerous. L- people say, "Oh, it's for the greater good. I'm gonna do something because the ends justifies the means." But when you do that, you start becoming God. And do you really want to do that? Do you really want to rise up into the clouds and say, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will, I will, I will do this and I will do that, and everybody will bow down and praise me. It's pretty seductive to do that, to really do that, and people do that with the Tower of Babel, but you don't really want to be a part of the Tower of Babel because you don't want to get crushed. You don't want to get smashed down like a shooting star. The morning star did it and got smashed, got pulverized like nothing ever before. Even Shirley Temple was like, "What in the world?" And she was up there in that one movie. A reference to that movie. What was it? 1942. You go up there and you see the unborn, but it's like, man, Lucifer was up there and he fell. Pride comes before a fall. So, moral of the story is, what is it? Moral of the story is you got to pray sometimes for some perspective and a little bit of patience, and you gotta pray for a little bit of breath, a little bit of breath. Like the ability to breathe in life is something you should never, ever, ever, ever take for granted, man. Because it does wonders for you. Like you wouldn't believe. And it feels so good. It feels so good. So I feel better for putting this out, and I'm gonna go now. Even though I wanna continue doing this, whatever this is, I wanna continue for the next few hours, but I've gotta go for now. Making the world better. One oatmeal, one oatmeal, one oatmeal at a time.